Well, when you see a final, you want it to have drama. And today, oh boy, there was just so much drama. There was also a cricket game played around there somewhere. To talk about that, of course, we have Lisa and Joy here. I, of course, will be talking about the drama. But you can speak about the drama as well if you like.
Well, you talk about ups and downs of an innings. Mumbai Indians went through that. Started off absolutely flying, everyone thinking great. Then the squeeze being put on by Chennai Super Kings. And then, as we all predicted, Pollard and Hardik Pandya going big. And that catch nearly cost Chennai Super Kings a fair bit of runs.
Yeah, but if you still see, that means there's 5 overs with just 47 runs and 3 wickets gone. If you were told, Joy, that you were told that, oh, there'll be Hardik and there'll be Pollard and you give less than, 10 and over in the last 5, you'd say, well, it's not my birthday, why are you saying that?
Exactly. The big thing, the more interesting thing about that, they did that with Ravindra Jadeja bowling 2 overs and neither Imran Tahir nor John Bravo completing their quota.
Yeah.
Who are your heroes? Deepak Chahar and Shardul Thakur. Remember Thakur, they played him the previous match, gave him 1 over. Today he came to the party. And Deepak Chahar has been absolutely amazing. I mean, that dismissal of Hardik Pandya at that point in time, they got 60 in the last over. Hardik went, suddenly the run rate just tapered off immediately.
Yeah, completely collapsed. And Lisa, I get your point that Suresh Raina, when he dropped that catch, you'd say that they probably gave about 8 to 10 runs more with that dismissal, with that drop catch.
Yeah, I agree that the fact that you look at those figures and you go, yeah, thank you very much, we'll definitely take that. But when it comes to finals times, there's something just slightly different. So you have to look at each of the games and break it down, as we've done now, and go, well, you know what, actually if
Raina,
if he was able to take that catch, then how many less runs would they be chasing? So now you think, okay, this is finals, you have the added pressure. So whilst we look at it and look comfortably at the end and go, yeah, that's still a great total for them to chase, you still think that that's a pass score in a sense that in a finals, this is going to come down to the wire, I think.
Yeah, it's so usually in Hyderabad in this season, batting first has usually been 170, 175. This is a final. And just a quick sort of throw to Dwayne Bravo's over as well over there. The last over, which took like 12 minutes to bowl because there was a lot that was going on there.
There's a lot of interpretation. See, the interpretation of a wide is strictly that it isn't those tramlines. The interpretation is, can the batsman have a reasonable chance of reaching the ball? Exactly as it is for a bouncer. So the umpire's contention in the second case was that where Pollard had already moved on to off-stump guard and, literally outside that. So he felt that Pollard had a chance of reaching the ball.
Yeah.
Point is, he was probably wrong. But my point is that it was one ball. It's one wide. The amount of drama that he did about it, it's like they got him out and dismissed 3 people unfairly and shot his parents. And what was that all about?
Yeah, it was almost like a...
chucking the toys out of the cot. I think, as we call it in Australia.
What do you call it?
Brilliant.
Chucking the toys out of the cot.
Chucking the toys out of the cot, which reminds me of the Avengers dialogue where he says, go to sleep or I'm going to sell your toys. Right? That's the dialogue. It seems like somebody sold Pollard's toys because he was really upset. But it's Dwayne Bravo's birthday today, isn't it?
Is it
Pollard's birthday today.
Yeah.
He would have wanted a gift from the umpire, didn't get it. And Bravo came to... It's like when somebody comes to your party and starts doing the dance and takes away all the spotlight.
Exactly.
Right?
And you're
and the guy you haven't invited.
And you're waiting with that knife in your hand, waiting to cut the cake.
But he's in the middle of his dance performance. And Bravo's going to be captaining him in a few weeks, in a few months in the Caribbean Premier League. That'll be a fun dressing room. They would have probably forgotten about it by then. But, Mumbai Indians will not forget, of course, the Dwayne Bravo over, where Pollard refused a lot of strikes, just got 9 runs of that over, which is amazing, right? Your age-old war horse comes. He's been going for a few runs. He's not been as effective, Lisa Bravo, this season. As, not the bankable bowler, obviously, father time. But he comes in and he gives away just 2 boundaries in that last over to Pollard.
Yeah, but I think the first ball, Pollard should have gone for the 2. Similar to what they did in the 4th ball where Mitch McClenaghan got run out at the non-strikers, and so be it.
Yeah. He would have got run out 2 balls before.
Correct, exactly.
The danger end is a non-striker.
Yeah, so it doesn't matter. They would have at least got another run, and it might have changed, and they might have scampered through. Who knows? So I thought it was a little bit too much of an ego saying, well, no, I'll take it from here.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Like this.
Yeah.
Tuck to the
No,
hand.
yeah.
That's what he did to McLennigan. McLennigan pretty much reached him, high five, and then ran back.
Yeah, exactly. But the crucial over for me was not just that over, it was the over before that. Because in the 18, there were 136. And 136, you're saying 2 overs with Hardik Pandya and Pollard batting. 160, 162, I was looking good for the couch, Thinking about it, what I'd say to Lisa and you. And then 4 runs, just 4 runs in that over, 2 wickets went down. Brilliant bowling, absolutely brilliant bowling. And that's a great part of it. What you talk about CSK, when you talk about them, they're spinners. Their spinners come to the party. Their spinners do everything. Guess who's done it for them today? It's the fast bowlers. And that's the greatness of their team. I mean, knowing which pitch and which surface to do what on. And of course, he backed them and they bowled well.
Yeah, that was the third over was Chahar, right, who went for 20?
Yeah.
Yep.
Right, he went for 20. He's finished his 4 overs for 26, right? That's what he's finished, right? Isn't he? 26. He's bowled 17 out of his 24 as dot balls. That's just insanity for a final.
Well, and it's impressive that he comes back from bowling the 20 in that 1 over. Now, most players would just go, okay, what do I do at the top of the mark? Where do I bowl?
Again. That's really funny. Just do it again, please. Just cut the close up quickly.
But I think, to hold his nerve and the confidence that he has with MS Dhoni as well, to give him another over after that, just means he stands at the top of his mark going, okay, I didn't execute, I got hit. Simple as that. Now what do I need to do? And he's focused, and look at that.
Yeah, now they've got 149 on the board, right? MI will not be despondent about that, right? They're going to look at history and they say, 1 second, we've done this before. We've defended this before. We've defended far less than this before. We can get this done.
I think so too. And they, as we've always spoken, they have probably the most balanced bowling attack in the league.
Yeah.
Today they're playing with the extra fast bowler, which is ideal for these conditions. So they're going to, you look at it that way. Bumrah, Malinga, McLennigan early up front. Then you have Rahul Chahar, Hardik Pandya, Krunal Pandya. 4 good medium fast bowlers, 2 spinners. They've got the ideal attack for this pitch. They'll fancy their chances. They'll just be saying, first 6, let's get to, we're in business.
Yeah, and they'll also be looking at that. They'll be looking at that opening partnership and saying, "Listen, man, Watson's not really been getting runs, right? He got a reprieve in the game against Delhi Capitals. That run out that should have happened in the first over didn't happen, and they Mumbai Indians cannot let chances like that go begging.
No, they can't. They have to have their best fielding performance, given that they've got a below par score. But they've also got to remember that Chennai Super Kings don't go hard. Their formula is to keep wickets in the shed. Watson and Faf du Plessis, just to take their time and get used to the conditions. I actually think the conditions are better suited to their style of batting.
Yeah.
I'll be interested to see how they attack the first 6 overs. But Chennai Super Kings aren't worried if they get off to a slow start because they know they catch it up as well.
They always do. Their power plays on an average have been about a run a ball or just a little more.
It's the lowest, isn't it? In the
It's the
competition?
lowest. It's just a smidgen above 6. So
part of that is
run a
because
ball on the power play.
they've kept losing wickets also there. They've left. So that's one of the problems they have. But you're right. They don't go hard and they don't need to because they are what we call back-ended. That's how their game.
Let's look at their batting. Let's look at their batting lineup right now. And the reason why they don't go fast, I think, is also because of just the wealth of experience that they have, right? Where none of these guys will panic, Lisa. There's no panickers here, right?
That's why you like Dad's army.
Yeah. Dad don't panic.
Yeah, because they've been around the blocks a couple of times. So they've been all of these guys have been in these type of situations over a dozen times, whether it be for franchises, whether it be for their country, whether it be for World Cups, Test match, end of series. They've all done it. So they know how to cope with this pressure and they trust them. Yeah,
well, the score, of course, lower than what we expected, which is why nobody has the MPL Super Couch here. They've got to 149 for 8. Didn't they defend 148 for 9? Joy, you like numbers?
They defended.
So 148 for 9. This is 149 for 8.
Yep, it's something.
Numerology-wise, it's the same.
Yeah, and not only that, on this pitch, they defended 20 runs less than this.
That is correct.
They defended 129 against Pune, which had Dhoni captaining on the other side.
Wasn't that pitch, Steve Smith was the captain. Remember that was the year.
Sorry, not Dhoni captaining.
That was the issue.
That was the year that we don't talk about for at least Dhoni fans don't. But wasn't that pitch in 17? I think Lisa, you were here. You probably remember. Wasn't that one a slightly slower, slightly more turning pitch?
Actually, wasn't here, but
you weren't here. 17.
I flew out after the final, so I can't remember the pitch. Actually, sorry.
Yeah, I think
it could have been. Look, I remember Mumbai had collapsed in the first inning. They were 17 or 20 out for 4.
79 for 7, if I remember.
And then somehow sort of got to 129. I think Hardik got them a few runs in then. But that's the thing. Anything can happen. It's a big final. The only advantage I'd say this current CSK team has over that team is lots of experience. So if they get out it, they want, I mean, if you looked at Mumbai, there was a period when Surya Kumar and Nishan was batting and you were wondering whether these guys have the experience to steer them through because it's a big final. I think that's not going to be a worry. Your dad's army can collapse on the field, make mistakes, but they know how to chase this target,
Yeah.
In terms of how to break it down, these guys are very experienced.
Yeah, so that's not going to happen. So now, in the final, very difficult question for me to ask Lisa and Joy at this point in time is advantage who at halftime?
I'm gonna stick with Chennai Super Kings.
Chennai, do you want to? I'll make it easier for you. Do you want to go 60-40? You want to go 80-20?
No, I'm just gonna go 100.
You're going to go 100-0. Look at you. Look at her. She's not having that problem. There's no shaky hand problem here. It's like whoosh, straight in. What do you say, Professor Saab?
I will at this point in time. I'll still go with Chennai. Yeah. I'm not as sure as she is. I think it's an 80% chance, but I'll still go with Chennai.
80-20. So you mean 20 to MI?
Because it's a decent.
They've got the total on the board. Yeah, they've got a really good bowling attack.
Yeah, they've got a good bowling attack.
Remember that stat: 3 wickets in the power play, and the team chasing cannot win.
About 85% of the time, yeah.
85.
He's just gone. They just can't win.
They just can't win. It's 85. You put a final into that, then that 15 gets covered up. Right? I mean, listen, when I got 85% in school, my family celebrated like it was 110. So please, forgive me. All right, well, that's all we have time for right now. We're going to see you at the end of the 10th over on MPL Presents Cricbuzz Combox. Right now, we're going to go and see if there's any more drama. Normally isn't when CSK is batting, but hey, you never know.